right, well, thank you. Certainly today, the big news or the big issue before us today was we passed a anti-human trafficking legislation bill that had been around for a few years. It had been tied to what's become known as the Women's Equality Act, 10 points, and anyone that's been following Albany politics the last couple of years, they knows that there's nine of these that are non-controversial yet good legislation, and they were shackled to a piece that is very controversial, and depending on your beliefs, is either a good piece of legislation or bad. But we were allowing, the Assembly Democrats the last 2 years had been allowing all 10 to be held up over this one controversial piece. In recent days, the new speaker has agreed to fracture them into separate bills, as the Senate had already done and as the governor had already indicated that he would support. So the Assembly was holding up all this legislation. They've now changed their tune under a new speaker and allowed these to come to separate votes on the floor. So today we had the opportunity to finally vote on a great piece of legislation that will toughen our human trafficking laws to make the penalties harsher and hopefully discourage this kind of activity. And that passed unanimously in the Senate and earlier this year, and today it passed unanimously on the Assembly floor. So this bill is on its way to the governor. I'm certain he'll sign it. And again, the frustrating part is this bill could have been law 2 years ago had it not been for party politics, partisan politics. So I congratulate the sponsor of the bill, Amy Paulin. She did a great job. She stuck with it to see it through, and I look forward to the opportunity to making the other good pieces of legislation that have been held up previously become law, hopefully later on this session.